with Jeff Sneider.
What's the deal with the Jungle Book? Or should I say Jungle Books, plural, because Disney and Warner Brothers are both mounting big-budget adaptations of Rudyard Kipling's timeless children's tale that will feature all-star casts. Seriously, these studios are not messing around. The actors Warner Brothers will welcome to the jungle include Christian Bale, Cate Blanchett, and Benedict Cumberbatch, which makes me think that they targeted actors with certain initials, while Disney boasts Bill Murray, Christopher Walken, Idris Elba, Scarlett Johansson, Lupita Nyong'o, and Sir Ben Kingsley. Now, we're going to compare the cast, the writers, and directors to crown the ultimate king of the jungle, but first, a quick word. I have no idea why two studios are making Jungle Book movies. Sure, each offers a different take on the source material, but does that really make a difference to the consumer? Are parents really going to take their kids to Disney's Jungle Book in October 2015 and then feel the need to see Jungle Book again the following October? Yes, a year is a longer interval than the 3 months that separated the Snow White movies, Mirror Mirror and Snow White and the Huntsman, but something tells me these Jungle Book movies, won't be as wildly different as those fairy tale films. They just seem a little bit redundant. Now, Warner Brothers and Disney have already been embroiled in a public pissing match over Marvel and DC comic book superhero movies, and there's no end in sight since both studios are also developing live-action Beauty and the Beast movies. Disney has a director, Bill Condon, and no star, while Warner Brothers has a star, Emma Watson, and no director. Now, there are more than enough stories waiting to be told out there that studios don't really need to duplicate their efforts by adapting the same books. Sure, I loved Armageddon and Deep Impact, but those kind of situations don't always end so well. I mean, hopefully someone like Disney chief Alan Horn, who used to run Warner Brothers, can broker the peace and call a truce or a ceasefire, something, because the way that they're going, it just can't be good for business otherwise. Now, let's just dive into the Jungle Book. We're going to start with the directors, Jon Favreau over at Disney and Andy Serkis at Warner Brothers. Andy Serkis has served as the second unit director on Peter Jackson's Hobbit movies, but Jungle Book is slated to be his actual directorial debut. It's a big leap, and while Andy Serkis may be someone who is ready to make such a jump, he doesn't have the same blockbuster experience that Favreau boasts. Furthermore, these Jungle Book movies are going to feature one live-action actor, the kid who plays Mowgli, and Favreau, he has a lot of experience working with kids like Josh Hutcherson in Zathra and MJ Anthony in Chef, which I saw last week and really enjoyed, so Jon Favreau gets the nod here. On the writing side, Disney's Jungle Book has Justin Marks, who's a very well-established writer, though his only produced feature writing credit is a bad Street Fighter movie. Still, that's more than Callie Clovis has to her name. She's the daughter of Harry Potter screenwriter Steve Clovis, so while hit movies are certainly in her blood, she hasn't quite proven herself as a reliable scribe the way that Justin Marks has. So he gets the nod. Now for the cast, where we're going to start with Mowgli, the young boy who's raised by wolves. He's at the center of the story. Newcomer Neil Sethi stars in the Disney movie, while Rohan Chand is going to star in Warner Brothers movie. I love seeing newcomers in movies because you're making a discovery, and it's usually exciting. You can look at Suraj Sharma in Life of Pi, Dev Patel in Slumdog Millionaire, or even someone like Alar Coltrane in Boyhood. While I look forward to meeting the young man on screen, Neil Sethi, Rohan Chand is he's an established child star. He was really good opposite Jason Bateman in Bad Words. He made a very powerful impression during his brief screen time in Lone Survivor. He also did, the Adam Sandler movie Jack and Jill and DreamWorks' 100-Foot Journey. So he's proven that he can handle the weight that's going to be put on his small shoulders in this movie. Rohan Chand over at Warner Brothers gets the check mark. As for Shere Khan, the fearsome tiger in the Jungle Book, he's being voiced by Idris Elba in Disney's movie and Benedict Cumberbatch in Warner Brothers movie. Now, the Cumber kids are going to kill me here, but I'm going to go with my man Idris Elba. Between two voice roles in Andy Serkis' Hobbit movies and The Penguins of Madagascar, Cumberbatch's voice is in danger of being overexposed, and honestly, the last time he played a Khan, I was a little disappointed. I just don't think that he can match the ferocious intensity of Idris Elba, who is going to make one badass tiger. Kaa the Python is another tough matchup, with Scarlett Johansson facing off against Cate Blanchett. Now, Blanchett just won her second Oscar and will no doubt make a fantastic reptile, but did you see her? Or better yet, did you hear it? ScarJo's smoky voice is one of a kind. It's a force to be reckoned with. Its power is limitless. Scarlett Johansson gets the check mark here. The toughest contest is probably between Bill Murray and Andy Serkis himself, as both are going to be voicing Baloo the bear. Bill Murray would be an automatic win under almost any other circumstance, but in a shocking move, I'm ruling this one a straight-up tie. We just don't know if Andy Serkis is going to be doing mocap for his role as Baloo, and if he does, how do you vote against him? I mean, he has given us Gollum, King Kong, and recently Caesar in what was one of the best performances, not just of the summer, but the entire year so far, so I feel like that race is just too close to call. For Bagheera the Panther, Warner Brothers is going to be trotting out Christian Bale, while Disney has Sir Ben Kingsley. Bale doesn't have a Sir surname yet, but he probably will one day, so Kingsley's lofty title isn't fooling me. There's an embarrassment of riches here. I mean, Sir Ben is no slouch, but I've got to go with Christian Bale. So long as he doesn't use his Batman voice, his casting is a major coup for Warner Brothers. I don't think he's done a voice role since Howl's Moving Castle, and before that, Pocahontas, so this is definitely a win for them. For Aquila, the leader of the Wolves, you've got two awesome character actors going head-to-head, Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad and Peter Mullen. Peter Mullen's doing the Warner Brothers version. I don't think that kids are going to be too familiar with either of these actors, but they both have great voices. You know, Peter Mullen's done Trainspotting, Braveheart, Children of Men, Harry Potter, Warhorse. All of those movies are on his resume, but you know what? He didn't play Gus on Breaking Bad, so the point goes to Giancarlo. And finally, there are the others. You know, Warner Brothers has Jack Rayner from Transformers as Brother Wolf, and Naomi Harris from Skyfall as a wolf named Nisha, and Eddie Marsan from Ray Donovan as her partner, Vihan, as well as Tom Hollander, who's going to be playing, you know, he was in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He's going to be voicing Tabaki, a jackal who serves as Shere Khan's right-hand man. Meanwhile, over at Disney, they have Lupita Nyong'o as Raksha, the mother wolf, who raises Mowgli, as well as Christopher Walken as the wacky ape King Louie. Now, all of these actors are wonderful, but how do you vote against Lupita and Christopher Walken, who just has one of the most distinctive voices in showbiz? With that round, you know, it's point, set, match Disney, which also has the release date on its side, as it's going to hit theaters first. You know, Warner Brothers is going to have its work cut out for them. I wish both these studios the best of luck. This has been What's the Deal with Jeff Sneider. You can follow me on Twitter at TheInSneider, and thanks for reading TheWrap.com.
What's the deal with Jeff Sneider?